knew subconsciously for years that I needed to break away, be my own boss, run my own show. Even when I was in primary school, a tiny little kid, I was going in kicking and screaming. They had to bribe me with texters. I was the only kid that was kicking up such a mess. And then even as an adult, same sort of deal, except, I was an adult. I had a prefrontal cortex, so I could control my emotions and just, bottle them up while I fulfilled someone else's vision. Nowadays, I run my own consulting business. I work from wherever I want to work, which for me is right here in my home or down, 15 minutes from here, working by the beach in a co-working space. And it is beautiful down there. It's a lifestyle choice and it's my choice. It is the most fulfilling career move I've ever made. So in this video, I share my step-by-step guide, my tips on how to start a consulting business so you, if I can even say it, can love work at home. Check it out. What's up, guys? It is Rowan here from LWAH, where we help you find freedom and work-life balance by sharing information on making extra side income, finding a work-from-home job, or starting an online business. Be your own boss, baby. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I'm here to share today. So, if that is interesting to you, hit subscribe, smack the bell so you don't miss out on the great content in store. And also in the comments below, let us know, where are you at with your consulting business? Where are you still looking around? Have you started one, or are you, quite in depth with it? But before we dive into these 5 steps that I want to share with you to start your consulting business from home, this video assumes that A, you already have a career path and you're not looking for a new industry to work in. This video isn't about picking your niche or anything like that. It's more a step-by-step guide once you kind of know your path and what field you want to work in. And B, you want to start a consulting business that isn't necessarily run through a freelancing website like Upwork.com, Guru, Freelancer.com, all those sorts of things. This video can definitely still be helpful for prospective freelancers, but it's not freelance specific. So let's dive into it. All right, how to start a consulting business from home. The 5-step guide I'm going to share with you. This is just going to be value added information. You're really going to get a lot out of this, I guarantee it. So, how to start a consulting business from home. Number 1, Upskill. My journey. Let me give you a very quick rundown on my journey. Basically, I'm in structural engineering. I'm nowadays in structural engineering. I run my own structural engineering consultancy. I started in a civil group that was building bridges and things like that. It's not exactly the sort of field that I could work in, working from home on my own, running my own show. They work with too bigger structures. I knew that if I wanted to run my own little business, then I needed to be working on structures, houses, dwellings, units, things like that, where I could go to people's places, check it out, help them build a new house, do it in the comfort of my home, work remotely, all that sort of stuff. So I joined the structural team. I worked for the structural team for a big business for about 5 years, and then I just got frustrated with it. I knew I just was stuck there. I was, again, fulfilling someone else's dream. So I made a move. I went to a smaller consultancy, which was a smart move because then I started to learn more about smaller structures. I went from big unit blocks and things like that right down to houses that are much better and more specific for people who are solopreneurs and running their own small consultancy. So with that experience, a couple of years working there, I was upskilling the whole time. I then took the plunge to work with an old colleague of mine from the big business I used to work for. We worked in a kind of partnership for about 9 months before I thought, you know what, I can do this. I'm going to do it on my own, and I took the plunge. So, upskilling. Now, it wasn't until I actually went out on my own that I started hearing from people things like, oh, okay, so you work for yourself, so you must be in like small renovations and stuff. People have a preconceived idea of what your services will be when they realize that you're a small consultancy or a solopreneur. So, to know what sort of work you will find, fresh, young consulting business, what you need to do is Google the local businesses in your field and see what services they are offering on their website. That will give you an idea as to what sort of skills you're going to need to be able to go out there in the marketplace and compete with all those pre-established businesses. Also, make sure those businesses that you're looking at, the services pages, aren't large companies. You want the smaller local businesses, as that's how people will see you in the beginning. Second step is accounting. Now, my accountant helped me not only set up my business, but also the family trust structure that we now have, which has tax benefits for our scenario here in Australia. Now, your accountant will be able to help you with not just your accounting, but setting up the business structure and working out what's going to be the most tax efficient way for that to be set up. Now, when you go to your accountant, this is where you're going to need to know your business name. Hot tip. I randomly chose my business name. In fact, I remember I was on holiday with some friends and we went through and just brainstormed a whole bunch of different names that we thought would be nice, wrote them on an envelope and, oh, what do you think about this combination or this combination of words? Don't do it. Not a good idea. What you want to do is, this is a hot tip. You want to think about your website. So you want people to be searching for your name coincidentally. Let me give you an example. I'll switch over to Ubersuggest, which is a keyword research tool that you can use to help you undertake this task. But before I head there, the broad brush concept is that people are searching every single day for web designers near me, or web design consultants, or web design helpers, or web design freelancers in your state, or whatever it might be. So let's check out this Ubersuggest tool. So yeah, if you are an actual web designer, I've punched in web designs, I've gone to the keyword ideas page. We have 406 suggestions and 567 related. So basically you want to go through here and find this volume is how many people every month are searching for those keywords. And if those keywords are in your business name, that's going to really help you when you develop your own website for your business, if you choose to do so. So let me give you an example. Web design company. 8,000 searches, a search difficulty, or SEO difficulty, as Ubersuggest or Neil Patel calls it, is 28. Now, 28 is nice and low. Anything below kind of 30 is nice. Below 40 is probably still okay. And that's a great volume. 8,100 people every single month are searching for that. So could your company be called The Web Design Company, or Sydney's Web Design Company, or Boston's Web Design Company? What else is in here? There's one, Web Design Agency, 3,600 searches, SEO difficulty 25, beautiful. The Web Design Agency. Over in the related section, I've just found Responsive Web Designs. That's a nice business name. 4,400 searches and an SEO difficulty of 20. Okay, I think you get the idea now. So you do a little bit of keyword research, see what sings out to you, then choose some keywords that are being searched, and that will help you when you go to make your website. Your SEO people will love you for it, and it'll really give you a leg up. Now, in terms of accounting, all I do is invoice my clients using Xero, which I'll show you, this software here. I also pay myself, again, using Xero, and I gather and send the accountant all the information needed to complete my annual tax return for me. The accountant takes care of the rest. Do not try, my recommendation is, do not try to do your own accounting. Leave it to the professionals. That should be your motto when you're starting a business. Leave it to the professionals. Yeah, you'll understand when you try to get into it. I've got a friend from my co-working space who was trying to do his own accounting, and it's just a mess. Just don't do it. Leave it to the pros. They know exactly what they're doing. Now, your accountant will use their own software that they recommend to make it easier for everyone. Xero costs me about $10 a month, but your accountant might suggest BYOB or whatever, MYOB, sorry, mind your own business, whatever it is. Now, in terms of finding an accountant, I found my accountant by asking my local network and asking people that I knew, and don't settle for the first recommendations. Ask around. My biggest question would be, here's another hot tip. When you're finding an accountant, ask these friends of yours or acquaintances, will they set you up? Oh, sorry, keyword research for business name. We've already covered that. Will they set you up and spoon feed you? The reason I say this is because, I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% stoked with my accountant. he doesn't realize that I don't know what I don't know. I don't know when I need to be doing something, and I don't know when I need to be sending something or actioning something or filling something in on Xero. I've just got no idea. And so my expectation was that they would help me out and they would know when to help me out, but realistically they don't. So ask your friends, your network, will they spoon feed you? Will they really help you? Because I've got no idea about accounting. And if they say, no, they're actually pretty hands off, then I'd probably steer clear of them. You want someone who's going to be hands on and communicative. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Step number 3 is legals. Now, you will need contracts to engage clients that state things like the payment terms. Do they need to pay you within 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever it might be, whatever you set. Personally, I have my clients pay me within 14 days, 2 weeks. Current and future liabilities for the work you do, termination of contracts, all that sort of stuff. And it all has to be in legal jargon. Now, I attach this contract that I have had lawyers create for me to the end of my fee proposal. So I send out a fee proposal stating what the job is about, my scope of works, my fee, my hourly rates should things change. And somewhere in there I say, this agreement shall be in accordance with the terms of service attached to this contract. So that links to the fee proposal, to the actual legal contract and lets people know that they should read it if they can be bothered. The contract needs to be in legal jargon, as I just mentioned, so don't skimp on getting a lawyer that does this for you. Again, do not try to do this yourself. It can be done through freelance websites, probably for a fair bit cheaper, but I would not recommend it, as you might end up with someone from a different state or a different country where everything is just different. I really don't recommend it. Find a local lawyer or solicitor, whatever it may be in your local area. Much like the accountant, hit up your network for a recommendation, or if you have to, Google search contracts lawyers. There we go. There's a list there. You can see what other people are asking, all that sort of stuff. Now, step number 4, insurance. This is important. When I started my engineering consultancy, I was given the name of an insurance broker, and I told them what I was doing, and they actually told me what I needed because, again, I was clueless. I'm not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an insurance provider. For me, what I needed for most professional services, professional indemnity insurance. Now, this protects you if you get sued due to errors you make or negligence in your professional service. Another one is public liability. Now, this protects you if you get sued due to damage to a person or someone else's property. I also have workers' compensation insurance. This is an Australian specific insurance which provides protection to workers if they suffer work-related injury or disease. You might have something like that, whichever country you're in. Now, the insurance you need is very specific to the service you provide. So my recommendation is to speak to a local insurance broker about your needs. You might even find an insurance broker that is actually specific to your industry. So Google search insurance broker for bookkeepers, for example. All right, step number 5. Let's keep the ball rolling. Professional indemnity, public liability, already spoken about that. Now, marketing. Okay, so you've got the right skill set. You've upskilled. Your business structure and accounting software is set up. You have whatever contracts you need set up. Your lawyer has helped you out with that. And you have your insurances. Now for marketing. 9 times out of 10. I hear this all the time and I know it 100% for myself. The best type of marketing is word of mouth. I work with architects, developers, homeowners, builders. So what I did when I first started, I went around the local area. In fact, my co-working space is down in an area called Manly. I wrote a list of all the architects in that area. I went into all their offices and I said, hey, I am an engineer. You're an architect. Maybe we could work together. I didn't say that, but inference. And I need a desk. I need to work from somewhere. I'm looking for somewhere to work. Do you have any desks available? They all said no. Some of them referred me to a couple of co-working spaces, but I started talking to them. I started opening the dialogue and networking, and I met a lot of them and started doing some business with some of them. Now, once you actually have some business, yeah, that combined, meeting those architects combined with my local network, I started getting business. So once you have some business, the best way for repeat business and referrals is to be the best damn consultant they have ever worked with. Just be impeccable. Because I focus on adding value, I met some architects at the start. I got a few jobs from my network, and I haven't done any marketing since. It's been about just over 2 years. About a month ago, it was 2 years, and I have done no marketing since that very beginning month or two. And I've just, in fact, hired my first contracting engineer to help me because I'm swamped with projects. Now, you can increase your word of mouth leads by doing things like attending networking events and things like that. Then following word of mouth is your website and social. So that's kind of number 2. But word of mouth will 9 times out of 10 be the winner chicken dinner. So how to be the best damn consultant they have ever worked with. Okay, be responsive. Call or email back on the same day that they contact you. 2, be honest. People have really, really good bullshit alarms. So just be honest. Speak it like it is. And yeah, don't be a prick about things, but just speak the truth. When you start opening up a bit more, people will get it. They'll respect your opinion because you are the professional. You're coming from a pedestal of professionalism already. They see you, on that as a knowledgeable person in your field. Be friendly. This is number 3. Be friendly, smile, laugh. Be interested in them and what they are trying to achieve. What are their goals? How can you add value to their lives? Don't aim to be interesting. Aim to be interested. Number 4, be open to discuss. Whenever I send out deliverables, every single time, I always say, please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm more than happy to discuss any part of it. I put that in every email where I'm giving my deliverables. Also, be true to your word. If you say you're going to deliver next Wednesday through hell and high water, deliver next Wednesday. I've literally had a client get teary with me saying thanks for being the only consultant out of about 5 or 6 who delivered on time and true to my word. Just that alone can make you shine above the rest. It's really not super difficult. If you want to shine, just think about those bullet points. Now, I hope you got something out of that. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.